Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cork in the North podcast. Thanks everybody for joining us this week. We really do appreciate all your likes, shares and subscribing. Big thanks to the patrons as well. We've got a record number of patrons. Come on, keeping the podcast alive. If you do want to subscribe, click the links below and you get extra episodes every month plus discounts on tickets to the live show, which we will be announcing soon at the Die-In pub, hoping for the end of May. Also, I'm going to be going on tour, and you will also be getting first access to tickets of my tour in the next few weeks. So lots of different benefits over there, but also the most important thing is that it does actually really support the podcast if you like what we do here. Before we crack on into this episode, I just want to talk to you through about our sponsor. We are fans of them and they are fans of us. The Die-In pub on the Lisburn Road, ladies and gentlemen. What a great place for food, for drink, to have an event. They always have comedy on. We did a rugby event there recently. Absolutely brilliant. Serve great food, great drink, loads of seating, plenty of parking. Right? It's been refurbished. All right, about 3 years ago, but at least they did it. At least they did it. That's the most important thing. You can get a discount on your food, 25% off Wednesday to Saturday if you use the discount code CORK25. Wednesday to Saturday. Not only that, are you a fan of rugby? I know you are, right? Because they're showing all the Six Nations games. You can go down there, loads of screens, you can go down and watch it. Mother's Day coming up. Have you got a mother? I don't. But if you do, take her out for a bit of food. You get a discount. I'll go through all the offers here for you, right? You get basically Mother's Day, which is on the 10th of March. Don't forget it now, lads and ladies. I know some of you do forget it, right? 2 courses, 25 quid. 3 courses, 30 quid. And a complimentary glass of Prosecco for mum. Get her fucked. Get her done. Right? She needs it after putting up with you for most of your life. Right? She needs a break from you. So take it to the Die-In. Right? Book a table at the Die-In. Go down and see the place. They're showing all the rugby games. Six Nations. Lots of different events on. Please do check them out. We're big fans of them and they're big fans of us. We're going down there soon to record podcasts down there. We've done comedy gigs down there. So follow all the links below. Lisburn Road. Somewhere new, somewhere fresh, somewhere different. You've not been before. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you and you will get service. I don't know what the level will be. I'm sure it'll be great, but they're good people. Anyway, welcome to Cork in the North. Joining me this week, ladies and gentlemen, my two co-hosts on the Q Radio Breakfast Show. His first time on the podcast, Conor Brennan and Amy McGuckin. Hello, good morning. I've seen you since 5:30. I'm sick of looking at you, and quite frankly, the sooner we get this done, the absolute better. How are you?
Well, the real question is, are you taking us to the Die-In for some lunch after?
I know.
No, not
On
today.
Wednesday,
because, Conor, you have 4 kids and you told me you needed to be out of here at 12 o'clock to pick up one of your 4 kids. And quite frankly, Conor, the fact that you've got 4 kids it's too much.
Okay.
I never catches a break.
What about
We always have a crack with the kids. I do say on the radio that you do have 1 kid in every county. It's a running joke.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No, I don't.
But it's a running joke that we do have on the radio. And also Amy McGuckin is here with us as well. Amy, long-term friend of the podcast. If anything, clinging on.
Clinging on. Good morning.
But Amy's just come back from skiing.
Yes, I have. Just back from holidays. It's brilliant.
We have just done the radio. Let's just quickly review the radio this morning. Very quickly. If you listen to us on Q Radio Breakfast from 6 to 10, you'll know we are up there taking risks. I think that's one way to put it.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah, a few risks taken last week in your absence, Amy.
Yeah.
Because Amy was off last week, off skiing. She left the boys. We let loose.
Yeah. Okay.
Slightly.
We did a few things that have gone online. And let's just say some of the feedback was detailed. And guess what? It was hilarious. You missed it, Amy, because you were away.
I heard it, though. A wee bit edgy, but sure, it's all right.
Sure, it's a bit of crack in it. You were away skiing. You had a good time?
Really good time.
Yeah.
It was good crack.
Conor, you've been skiing?
I have never been skiing.
Probably too busy with your kids.
Never.
What's is it something that would interest you?
Yeah, I would love to go skiing. I love outside.
You would love it. It's really outdoorsy,
You're
obviously.
And paddleboarding and all that.
You
sort
are
of
an
stuff.
outdoorsy guy.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
There's saunas. Conor loves a sauna.
Yeah, Amy told me there's 3 types of sauna. The ski resort.
Yeah.
Are they naked saunas?
The people were naked in it, but we.
Are you
weren't
joking me?
Yes, Europeans are always naked in saunas.
That's your Brexit now, though. You can't.
You know the way when you go like a spa and they give you the wee towely robe thing. I went to hang mine up and I just saw wee wife front things draped over one of the wee hooks, and I was
You
like,
said wee
"There's
wife
gonna,
front. I thought you were going to say something else.
there's going to be a naked man in there," and there was.
Was there?
Fully
Was it Jack?
naked.
How old is he?
It wasn't Jay.
Full thing. Like?
I'd say he's in his 60s, maybe.
Oh, jeez, he would have gone mad if he seen you.
They sit on a wee towel, but like
Covers them, like.
yeah.
Covers
No,
them.
it doesn't cover them.
So you're sitting there full.
Yeah, and in some spas, last year when we went skiing, I didn't go to the spa, but some of my friends did, and they kicked them out of the sauna because they weren't naked. They were like, "You need to get out of there." Like they view that as like more
Didn't match the dress
unhygienic.
code.
Yeah.
So it's unhygienic to.
So
not
I don't
be
understand how that
naked.
works though, because surely like you don't want to be touching the, you know. You don't
And
be
did they
sitting
talk
up.
to you? Did they talk to you, the
No,
Europeans?
No, I'm glad because you'd be like, "Where do I look?"
But were you in there like, was it just awkward? Is
Yeah.
it just awkward?
It was just brief as well. They sort of got out when we got in, so it was fine. But then in the middle of going to the next sauna, like they were still naked, just walking about. But that's the done thing, so they probably think we're a bit weird, you know, like I had a swim costume on.
Do you find that though with older people, like older guys in the gym? They don't care. There's no shame.
Europeans as well.
No,
But women
I
would
think
be
when
the
you get
same.
older, you know, you get into
You've
I
seen
don't
it
know,
all,
60s, 70s, you're like, oh, whatever. I think the whole body confidence thing just gets thrown out. the
Really?
window,
I'd be
doesn't
so self-conscious sitting there naked, like just sitting there in the sauna.
I once did a gig in London to a nudist group. They were all balls naked, like.
No, you
it? And you
didn't.
did do a gig.
I did a gig. I was fully clothed, like. We did a gig
Imagine
in,
you weren't like
in
that. Would be
North
weird.
London.
That's like taking it so literally. You know, like when you say, picture the audience naked.
Naked,
Yeah.
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 It's a dream.
I know comedian Ben van der Velde, lovely fella, booked me, said, look, it's a strange one for you, Tuesday night, nudist group for their annual outing. I was like, explain that to me again. And he said, right, what'll happen is there'll be 100 of them and they will all be naked.
And will it stand up or sitting down? I don't know why that matters.
So the
but
show started, they're all naked. And I'm talking 25-year-olds in relationships, they're like into it, like, they're proper into it.
But is it like a sexual thing or is it
No,
like...
it's just they're into it. So anyway, like judges and lawyers and stuff, you know, people with high profile jobs, I don't know, maybe it's the stress of the job wants them to walk around places naked.
What is the appeal? Is it just that they feel free and not worried about... What is the appeal of that?
Right, well listen to this. The girl that was doing, so I turned up and I got told you can't come into the room until 7:30.
Right.
Because they all arrive at 7 and they all strip off. And then there's a private bar for them, so they don't obviously have to go and drink elsewhere. You know, they don't go down to the... Like it was upstairs in a pub.
Can't go down the street.
So I arrived
Can't
at
go to the
7:30.
Wetherspoons.
I know, yeah, they're not going to go down, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So they have like security, like they had like somebody outside, so that if anybody from downstairs went in, like obviously there's no phones allowed and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So I arrive anyway, fully clothed, like, and the girl who was doing the ticket to the door. So obviously the management of the gig are there, but also there's a girl who's part of the actual nudist team who obviously she's running the event for the nudist people.
Is she naked?
She's about 25. 100% naked.
She was naked too.
120. 100%. 110%. Like too naked. You know, like where you can be too naked. Like leave no,
Too
like
naked.
no fake tan or nothing. Like, like minus
Not even
naked.
a layer, yeah.
Like minus naked.
My God. What
So
do you
she
do
just
when you're
stand there,
talking to her? You're
and
not
I
like,
was
where do
just
I
like,
live?
hi. And she just looked at me and went, hi, are you all right? And it goes, yeah. And she goes, okay, so you're the one of the comedians. I went, yeah. And I just kept my eyes on her eyes.
Yeah, you don't want to look
And I was
creepy.
like, lovely, yeah. I got so awkward about it. And I turned to Ben and he just went, every year we have this. I'm comfortable with it. So anyway, I opened the door and I walked in. Oh my good God.
Just body parts everywhere.
Where
And
are
I
they
looked
sitting
like,
down though?
I looked at them all like. I
Obviously, you
looked at it
them.
all like.
And like, did you do like crowd work and all?
I walked up on stage and I went, hello, are you all right? Anyone cold? And then I did a couple of gags about it. And then
But
I
you not stick a jumper on.
you know,
You're definitely cold, sir.
I did a couple of yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And they were all really polite and hilarious and very, very friendly. And then afterwards they said to me, oh, do you want to stick around for a drink? And I went, no. I don't want to stick around at all. Because, and like they were from, I'd say 25 to 60.
Wow.
All a nudist group. And at half time I could hear them talking. One was talking about, he was a solicitor. I was in court today. We had a big case, insurance fraud. And then someone else was just like, he was just doing loads of stuff like that. And I just went, these are just such normal people.
Such a
Having
different
normal
world.
conversations.
Having a normal conversation to me, which is an abnormal situation.
But why do they want to be naked? Like, what is
There's
it?
got to be a kick from it. Are they all going home with their own respective partners?
That's what I mean. Is it
I
like
don't
a,
listen.
is it a sexual thing?
I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the extracurricular activities are after the thing is done. Like whether they all like, oh, you like be naked, I be naked. Let's be naked together on our own.
or is it just
I don't
like
know.
we all just enjoy this?
And
Yeah.
here, do you do a normal comedy set? Is it a normal?
Didn't change a word. I did. Like I said, I hope some of you don't get excited when I'm on.
Oh.
I did say that. And then I said, I did point out that I think some of you really need to think about Viagra. Because I looked at them all like, I looked at them all. And when I
Could
tell
you
you,
properly see them?
How would you not though?
what?
Like, could you properly, like, you know the way, like, if you're,
Amy,
if
do
there
you
are
know
lights
where you
on
are now? Do you know where you are now?
Yeah.
They are naked. And
Oh,
he is
so it's not
his
like you're
hands
really
are not
far
covering
away.
himself. His hands are down by his side. He is delighted to be
Oh,
naked.
I'm showing.
So if I was doing a gig and then they dimmed the lights
God.
a little bit and I said to them like, huh? You'd be showing, but it's not like you're covering yourself. They're actually showing themselves. Like it's a statement like of confidence or whatever it is they want to do. But listen, fair play.
Fair
to them.
play. To be that confident is something in itself.
They pay me cash as well, so they're obviously not above. They're obviously on the sly, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. No, they were great. They were a great gig. Would you ever do something like that, Connor? Would you ever
Would be
go
naked?
paddleboarding naked or anything?
Paddleboarding naked? No, tops off. Be the height of it.
It's tops off.
I did tops off one October on a paddleboard. The sun was in the sky. And I got sunburned in October. So no, doing naked activities wouldn't be for me. It'd be red
it's
top
not.
to bottom.
I would be. I'm very uncomfortable anyway. You
I'd
know,
be
like
the
at
same,
home, like
yeah.
I know, imagine
even when I come
that.
out of the
Even
shower. It's if I come out of the shower and Julie's there, you know, I'll still have a towel around me. Like I'm not one of these.
you wouldn't be walking around your house naked or anything.
You're not going to the toilet
Some
with the
people
door
do.
open.
I'm not walking around naked. I'm not walking around like standing there having a conversation about what we having for dinner tonight, and I'm fully
No?
out there. Like I'm not doing that. I'm like close the door, get myself dressed, and
You go behind closed doors to get yourself
no, but
dressed?
like if
No.
she's in the other room, I'll close the door. I just want to get dressed. Have a bit of private time. Like, what about you?
Yeah, no, don't walk around naked around my house, but
Yeah,
so
but
live at
strange,
home,
your
that'll be a bit
parents
weird,
live
yeah.
You don't live
Do
on
your
your
mum
own.
and dad
Like.
do it? Do they?
I know people whose parents do that.
You joking me?
Yeah,
They walk around naked.
yeah. I know.
It's your own house.
I know.
Yeah, but you've got
their kids
people
are there.
there,
We
like-
talked about this on the radio one day before.
What?
Wait.
Window cleaners.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
how awkward you feel, even when you know the window cleaner's outside and you're just watching TV. You're like,
What do you do now?
What do? You can't watch telly normally anymore
can't, you're
until
right.
he's like cleaned the window
I know.
or she's cleaned the window. I don't know. I find things like that people do. I think Sean's big into nudity, aren't you, Sean?
Yeah, in the summer just.
Just in the summer. You've done it a good few times, haven't you?
Oh,
when it's nice and warm.
yeah. Because you don't want to do it cold.
No,
No.
you
Well,
don't.
when you're on holiday and women are sunbathing topless, I don't think it's weird.
You don't want to get out of the sea,
Yeah.
you know, with nothing on. You don't want to be doing that
Like
when
you know,
it's 3 degrees in the water. Sean knows what I mean.
yeah.
Aye.
Like Amy, you said there, you know, when you go on holiday,
Yeah.
and the women will topless. Like if you go to Spain or Mallorca
Yeah.
or, you know, one of those places. What's you think of that?
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's fine.
as a child,
It's different when you're on
I
holiday,
think, but
though, isn't it?
if you're a child,
Do you
like,
know what
for
it
God's
is?
sake, mum, you know, what are you doing?
Do you know what it is?
Not that my
it's
mum
not
did that,
Irish boobs.
but- What?
They're not Irish boobs.
Some
Are they
people do
different
when they go on
But
holiday.
you know what
then.
I'm saying? Like when you're in Italy and there's an Italian lady and they're topless, you kind of go, well, that's fine because they're Italian.
Okay.
It's
just
not our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say to you. Is like something is okay with us once it's not our culture.
But we're all so awkward, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even the likes of the sauna, like we're so awkward and they're just so open.
I often feel
normal.
like why am I doing it in a sauna? I'm not a. My culture isn't built for this. You know, kind of thing. Like.
And the thing is, what's, you know, a pair of shorts, is it really going to stop the benefits of the sauna? Why do you have to be like,
I don't know.
Fully naked.
I think it's hygiene reasons, but I don't understand how that's more hygienic either.
I
Because
don't
surely
know.
if you're sitting where somebody else is
None of
sitting.
Europeans. I'm so happy that Britain got out of Europe. You know, because that's the sort of stuff that really dragged Britain down.
Yeah, you
That was the
reckon?
sort of stuff that really held held the UK back from taking back control and like you know the growth of their economy and stuff.
I wonder if that was in the Brexit talks.
All the
You know what I
nudity.
mean? Like, are we allowed waiver anyway?
Forget about these borders, you know. It's nude
Connor-
saunas we're afraid of.
Connor, you joined the breakfast show what November, middle of November.
Very end of October. It was about Halloween, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did a gig in Derry, didn't we? And Derry.
Yeah. And have you never done a radio show with other people?
No, never.
Well, I've been on radio shows before, but obviously I was used to having two other people. But you were not used to having two other people. Now,
No,
obviously
it's on guest
all
spots
me
and
Amy
covering
know,
and things like
Yeah.
that, but never. Yeah.
all me and Amy know is two other people, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's always been
Yeah.
us with other
So
people.
how did you find it starting out? How did you find working with us and stuff?
It's so different the last show I did. So I did an evening show,
Yeah.
very music based, very kind of quick links, very music centric. And then you come on to something like breakfast, and it's more almost like this sort of format with songs in between, isn't it? So you're just talking. I guess the biggest challenge is getting used to the way you two work, and more so you. And the
do you
way
mean?
Andrew works and talks, and being able to, because it's my job, right, to be there in the middle to push the buttons,
Yeah.
but not pushing the button too early, like letting it breathe and kind of getting
I
to know
think
you.
I think me
your
and
little-
Amy have a fair understanding of each other, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
We've been
yeah.
working with each other for what?
8 months,
Yeah.
7 months.
After a
Okay.
few weeks, it became pretty
Yeah.
easy.
But you weren't like scared about it, like
No,
you
no,
don't do
not
anything bad, like
no,
just chat.
not scared. not scared, but just getting used to it all and kind of getting used to you, because you can, for people that don't know you, you can maybe come across like a lot. You know what I mean? This isn't the first time this has ever been said. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he's heard that before.
You know what I mean, Sean?
Oh, he wants to pick in that.
Can we just go back? What do you mean a lot?
Like a lot.
I would class myself as being quite quiet.
No. You're
not quiet.
No,
like.
you're not quiet. You're not quiet.
What's the issue? What's the lot?
It's not an issue. It's how would you describe it? Intimidating? No.
Well, Sean, am I difficult to work with?
Oh, look, I got text.
Get the receipts out, Sean. What's he been saying?
Sean a little minute ago.
not. No,
Sean a little
you're
minute ago forgot to put one of the lights on, and the look of fear when Andrew realised.
No, that was my fault. I just went, no, Sean, do you mind?
No, not that way. I don't mean I don't mean it that way. I just mean like a lot of energy, and obviously a lot of stories. You go right to that line. You know, we'd have meetings the old time, and really with me, we've got some Ofcom training coming up, and there's a line of what we can and can't do, and I like flirting with that line a little bit too, and I think it makes the show interesting.
Yeah, it does.
And it makes us a little bit different. We're not trying too hard. We're all very much being ourselves, and we all have our own dynamic. You know, and Andrew is the comedian, and he likes to just push the envelope a little bit further. So my experience with you first coming onto that show, that's the first time I've been in that sort of situation before. And I was just thinking that first week, every day I was going home going, oh God, what have I done? What have I done?
Were you?
A little bit.
Yeah, but you don't think that now.
No, not at all.
Hopefully
I
not.
love it now. I love it now. And for a while, I was doing the Saturday morning as well on my own. And I was bored stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bored stupid because I got that used to coming in the morning, having the crack. We're all invested in what's going on and all our little bits that's going on outside and everything else. And we're all used to having the crack, or I'll see something like, I can't wait to tell Amy about this in the morning because it'll really suit Amy, or I can't wait to wind Andrew up about this thing in the morning because it'll really get him going. And then when you go and you're doing a show on your own then, you're going, nobody to talk to.
Yeah, there's just less crack. I can imagine that. If you're on your own, there's just less
Totally
people to
different
chat
thing.
to, so.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's not harder or easier. Like doing a show on your own isn't any easier, and in fact it can be harder because you're the only voice there, so you're trying to get the whole story and the whole context and everything across yourself. With three people, you can put something out and you can kind of sound it
see
around.
what
So
we
in ways it becomes a little bit easier in ways, you know.
Yeah. I think working with you is very difficult.
Oh, he's coming back at you now.
Control freak, Brennan.
No, it's grand. It's good crack, innit?
Yeah,
I don't overly take it too seriously.
Yeah, no.
You know what I
And
mean?
none
The
of us
point
say
I'm
that
making
much.
is when you first meet you, when you're first working with you can have that impression like, oh, this guy's just a ball of energy, you know, and it's like it's a lot. But then once you get to know you, you're like, oh,
You get it.
he's not like
There you go.
totally normal.
What you think of me is not right. Is that right, Sean?
Yep.
Because people will see you.
Sean is so reserved over there. Sean's like going,
I like
Oh, sorry,
employing.
I have a
thing to
sign
say.
behind Sean that says the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Nervous laugh.
Yeah, insert nervous laugh.
But I think like it's kind of like it's good getting you on because like obviously you're a very skilled radio presenter, and it's not something that I feel I possess.
Oh no, you
Your
are now.
skill,
You
you know
call
what I mean?
yourself radio presenter.
You know, we all have different things that we can do okay at. Like you know what I mean. I've done a few shows on my own, and I don't think it's for me. I don't know. I don't really think it's for me.
No, I think you don't give yourself enough credit. You would hear Andrew the odd time on the show say, I'm not a radio presenter.
You are.
I'm a comedian on a radio show, but that only flies for so long.
I know,
And
like
then
you are a radio presenter.
But you
now.
go to do the show on your own, it's a different thing. But then sometimes we like to, switch it up a bit, and you'll get into my seat, and I'll sit where you are, and you do just fine. You know, it's used to having that conversation format and 2 or 3 people in a room.
Yeah.
Is the bit when you go on your own, you're going, God, what?
It's just a different ball game. It's just a different thing.
Yeah.
It's getting used to it. And that's the same as me. I've got a couple of shows coming up my own. It's just getting used to that too.
Yeah.
But I think it's always going to be more crack having more people.
Well, it's good that you're here because I decided I wanted to tell you something that I wasn't going to tell you like outside the studio. But I'm not going to be doing it for too much longer.
It's not true.
I'm only joking.
I didn't believe that for 2
You see
seconds.
Connor's face was like, oh, for
When he
fuck's
started,
sake.
I was going,
I'm actually going to be leaving Connor.
No, he's
leaving
not.
you on the side of the road in the fucking gutter. No,
poor Connor.
I'm only joking. And you, Amy, I'm taking it over.
People would ask us all the time if I ever do like an Ask Me Anything on Instagram or anything. People are always like, "What's he like off air?" Or what do you talk about? when the
What we
songs
talk about off
are
air is
playing and the
absolutely
mics.
disgusting.
It's
Some of the
this,
stuff
do you
Amy
know what I
says.
mean?
It's just this, yeah.
Amy's wild. It was
Amy's
nice getting a break
Wild,
from
you've
Amy's
no
filth
idea.
last week.
Absolute filth.
It was nice getting a break from Amy's filth last
filth,
week,
like,
wasn't it?
You put the song on, and next thing all you hear is saying, "Here is Taylor Swift." Whatever. As soon as the mics go down, you all hear me as, "Oh, he's a fucking nonce."
Amy hates Taylor Swift.
She hates any woman.
Here's that bitch again.
That fucking bitch. She's sucking dick for money.
She's not even good. She's not a good singer. She's no good songs.
Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it the most I've ever enjoyed it. You know,
Good.
which is really
We're
good,
nice
isn't
and
it?
relaxed.
Yeah.
We're very different, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
And we let
dynamic
each
of it.
other be
It's
the
good
way
crack,
we are,
like.
you
It's
know?
good crack. It's tiring.
It is. It is.
I'm not
12
whinging
o'clock
about it.
alarms.
Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to come across now that I'm whinging here now. Please. But like, I do enjoy it. But like, it does fucking wreck your. Wreck your body,
People
like.
don't realize, like, if you are tired or you've had a bad day, and you know we all have good days and bad days and whatever else. The bit that's quite tough is when you're coming in at 6 and then 7 in the morning, and you gotta be on it.
Yeah.
You gotta. We're quite good, I think, at being realistic. And there's a couple of days where we've had pretty shitty days.
Yeah.
And we've just felt the energy being off, not with each other, but just a flatness.
Just you're not as excited.
And then we'll just address that and say, do you know what? It's Tuesday.
it was
It's
crap
the
today.
400th of January. Let's do a rave hour. And we'll call, 15 minutes of
call it
dance
the rave
tunes or
last
whatever.
week.
And
yeah. It's not even so much during the show. During the show, I always find a bit of energy. It's after it. If
get
you're
that
a wee bit
crash.
tired, and then after I come home, I'm like, woo, all the energy's gone.
You do release a lot of endorphins when you're doing a show. and
yeah,
like,
it's a weird mix, isn't it? About coming in and being really authentic and being real and, letting our own kind of personalities come through. But at the same time, you have to remember it's breakfast radio. I mean, sometimes we just got to smile, get a bit of energy in, and just be on it. You can't just sneak in and hide for a couple of hours,
You see, the thing is, like, I think it's like any job that anybody does that you want to do. I think there's people out there, say, for example, you could have somebody listening to this now and they want to be a graphic designer. They want to be, I don't know, they want to get involved in the arts or whatever that is. I approach a lot of stuff. I think, especially in radio, what I've noticed, a lot of people can take it a bit way too seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I think I'm coming at it from a very different angle, which is like, I'll go in here and have a bit of a laugh and joke and see what happens.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously, if it doesn't work out for me, I obviously can go and do comedy, and I still do my comedy and all that kind of stuff. But I think a lot of the times people can over try.
Yeah. No matter what job you're in.
No matter
Yeah.
what job you
Yeah.
can actually like try too much. And this was the only bit of advice I ever got, and I often take it. And it took me a long time to actually take. I knew what the advice was, but to actually implement the
Yeah.
advice is actually very hard. Because we all know, like, we shouldn't be going out and like, it's like saying to somebody who smokes, you go, you need to stop smoking. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be
They know
smoking,
that.
but I can't do it.
Yeah.
Right. So the best bit of advice I ever got, and for any job you want to do, especially in the performance industry or comedy or radio or TV or presenting or whatever it is you want to do, is just relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because we are having so much fun, it's made it so much easier. Like, it's just
Relax.
Just enjoy it.
People, I think, can be like, oh, this has to sound a certain way. Let me tell you something. The fucking person listening to it isn't thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not one radio show I've ever listened to in a car when I was driving around, and I got out of the car and went, oh, what were you doing there? Oh, I was just listening to radio. What was it like? Well, I thought the links were very tight. It was very slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
general public
They're
don't have
never
a
gonna
fucking
think
clue.
that, yeah.
Yeah, they
No one
don't care whether
disrespects you.
you've hit that vocal or whatever. And
No one cares.
That was the biggest thing for me coming off the show that I was on. That was very tight and slick and music based. And there's a place for that, and a lot of radio was like that. But then coming on to the breakfast show, I had to let go of pretty much everything that I thought I knew about radio and the way I wanted shows to sound.
Is that what we did to you?
Because you broke me in about 4 days. But like,
But I think it was a bit like...
no, I had to because
It's a
it's too.
different thing.
Yeah, you can't worry about all the little.
I did
There's days
feel-
like today I could barely string a sentence together. You're tired or
Yeah, but
whatever.
then one
and-
of us picks that up. Like.
but nobody. I don't think anybody actually. Listeners don't even like people listening to the show
Well, you
don't
got-
hear
I think-
that,
I think-
or they
I-
don't hear the odd technical mistake.
I think what you got to remember in a lot of things that you do in life, and especially in comedy, that I've learned, is that no one actually massively gives a shit.
No, they don't care. They really
Right.
don't. It's only you that cares.
It's only you that cares. So if somebody tapped me on my shoulder tomorrow and said, "Right, Andrew, comedy's finished. Well done. You had a good run." Somebody tapped me on my shoulder tomorrow and goes, "Right, Andrew, we're not doing the breakfast show anymore. Thanks very much for your time. Right, Andrew, We're stopping doing Cork with the North podcast. Thanks very much. Guess what? After 24 hours, no one gives a shit. Right? And I think that that's why you should relax. Not you relax. I'm talking about everybody. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general. Everyone's right. And I think sometimes when you actually relax and you realise that actually everybody in every job is replaceable, whether you're a plumber, you're a nurse. If you retire tomorrow from a job after doing 40 years service, there's someone there on Monday instead
There's
of
a new plumber to come. Yeah, that's
like, you know what I mean?
It's-
And I think that's how I approach things. Is like, just relax about it. If it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I think especially in comedy, I've seen it with comedians in comedy, like, they take it with, by year 3, I have to have done this. By year 5, I have to have done that.
Yeah.
And then you go, you know what? Just let it naturally develop.
Yeah, because you didn't know that you were going to be on the show, and you've just taken the plunge, and it's
no,
worked,
it's good.
so,
It's good to have. It's good to have some goals and some drive and stuff like that too. But yeah, I guess as you said, enjoy it and
That's what I'm saying.
don't take it
Just
too
relax,
seriously.
take
Like
it too
it's not
seriously.
it's not life or death.
Exactly, yeah.
And in industries like ours, whether it's radio, TV, comedy, all those sort of self-employed sort of areas of work, you
gig
don't
economy,
know where the work is going to be or what's around the corner, and it's very you can never predict it. Like this time last year, I never would have predicted being on the breakfast show.
neither.
But now could you see yourself off the breakfast? You'd be gutted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because it's great crack.
yeah.
great crack.
And you love it, Amy, don't you?
Absolutely love it. Yeah,
You're nearly a year in now.
nearly a year. Yeah, it's coming up. I think next week or something. It's going to be a year, and I was just shadowing. So to think that I'd be sitting in a solid breakfast show now is like
No, I
unbelievable.
love the way
No.
she says no.
No.
That's your traffic for now.
For now.
And also, great news. Oh, Jesus. To those listening and to those
He called
watching,
me out, by the way, last week. That happened to me on air.
Oh,
I
you
mean, I
burped?
didn't burp, but my stomach rumbled,
Oh, that
and I
happened
was
to me
I was
today,
mid
but
link, and I was
nobody
like, I heard it through my earphones, and I thought, oh, nobody will notice that. He called me out live on air. Was that your stomach? I was
Your
like,
stomach, wasn't it?
yeah, thanks, mate.
I was going to say to you there, what was I going to say? 7 months in, blah, blah, blah. I was just going to say something there. Jesus, it's gone out of my head.
We have been up early.
I can't
Something
think of
about
it.
a year in.
Oh, yeah, Connor.
You were going to ask me
Jesus,
something. That was
it's
me.
gone-
You were
it's
going to
gone-
ask.
My head is completely... Do you know, I do worry about my memory sometimes.
I think when
I
we're
worry
up,
about
when
mine
we're up
too.
as early as we're up,
I'm actually...
you're,
I like... Because I'm convinced I'm dying. Every day I wake up, I think I'm dying.
Oh dear.
Like, you know what I mean? No, I'm not. Mentally, it's just...
If
Your
there's
you have a
anything
good
wrong-
memory.
This is all in
yeah,
my
if
head.
there's anything wrong with your memory, you wouldn't be able to do the comedy routines, and then also you can tell us the flight number that you're about to get on 6 months down
I
the
know,
line.
likewise.
So don't worry about it.
It's short-term memory. It's like what happened an hour ago. It's like,
It
where
was-
did I leave my keys and stuff? That's just normal stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's autopilot stuff.
That's
Do you know
It was
what I mean?
something about traffic or something. Traffic for now, and then you were like, oh,
Talking about Amy being on for 7 months or a year, or where did you see yourself a year? I don't know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you wouldn't, like, oh, yeah. So you've been on 7 months. I've been on 6. You've been on 8 or 9 months of 7 months. You've been in since November. Stuff like that. We got some good news, which is that we are now the second biggest breakfast show on commercial radio in Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are
that's brilliant.
currently, yeah.
Which is really good. You know what I mean? So it shows that not only did we the breakfast show gain a load of listeners, I think maybe 60, 50, 40, 50,000, something around that. But not only that, they've stuck with us. You know what I mean? Which is really
great,
key.
yeah.
And I really like the fact that it's made a bit of an impact. You know what I mean? That people actually, like the three of us and stuff. You
I'm
know?
really starting as well. Like with ages,
Yeah. But how long are we supposed to do it for? What's the rule?
whatever you feel like. There's
It can
no rule.
be, it can, and this is it too. When we talked about just kind of enjoying it,
I think 2 years is good.
It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years. You never know when something is gonna change or come along, or Amy goes off to Radio
Because the guys
1
are
or
cooler
something,
10
or
years, aren't they? Pete,
you're
Paolo
off,
and Rebecca.
touring the world and stuff like that, or you never know what's around the corners. You can't
Exactly.
worry about it. You just gotta ride the wave.
But the people are cooler 10 years, aren't they?
10 years, yeah,
So they're
yeah, and
obviously-
they could do another 10.
They're
Yeah,
smashed. And-
easily,
and they're
they're-
like the biggest breakfast show in.
Yeah.
And good luck to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
them. I know Pete, and Pete's a lovely fella, and you're friends with Paolo.
Paolo, yeah,
And
yeah,
Paolo
yeah.
seems like a lovely fella.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Rebecca.
lady. You know what I mean? I'm sure she's lovely, but people think it's like a competition, don't they?
Yeah.
When we don't see it like that, it's like good
No.
luck to them. Like I'm sure they're
course.
lovely people. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get the odd message if I'm like
I don't
mountain
view it as
climbing
that.
or paddleboarding or something with Paolo, and I get tagged in something, or I post something to him, or he posts it. People are like, "You guys not enemies?"
I know. We don't
Like, what do you think we do? Fight in the car parks like an anchorman?
Oh man, we had a better ad break
You know
than you.
what I mean? Yeah.
Here comes trouble. Andy and the ladies went out for a little stroll, huh? Boys go out walking around and talking things through.
Keep a tight perimeter.
We had a much better newsreader than you.
The thing is, the industry here, it's so small.
I know it's tiny.
Northern Ireland is tiny.
Yeah.
In my head, I imagine you just have a dartboard up on the wall of Pete Paul
yeah.
on it.
Not at all. If anything, it's probably a dartboard in my fucking face. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
What with me and Connor?
Who's this
throwing
new
darts
guy?
at it?
Who's this guy from Cork? Go back to Cork.
Get plenty of those messages. And guess what? I ain't fucking leaving. I will never change. And I ain't leaving.
My daughter was laughing at one of the comments on one of our videos. It was the infamous censoring clip where I censored Andrew with the whistle.
Amy was accused of being a member of DUP.
Oh, great, yeah.
And you
in
were
the
as
pocket,
well.
I was taking money from them, and
funny.
I was wearing.
Sounds like you're taking money from them?
Yeah, I wear
Taking money
glasses
for
and stuff when I'm
DUP.
doing the show.
Brilliant,
But
like.
one of the comments was, "That guy in the cap and glasses is everything that's wrong in this country." My 12-year-old daughter thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny too.
Yeah, but I've noticed, Connor, that you have said this before, that you are starting to see a lot more comments.
yeah,
And
yeah,
how are
yeah.
you finding that?
It was.
Because I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty
You're well
fine
used
with
to it now.
I'm fine with it. Like I get a lot of, like Amy, sorry, Connor, I'll come back to you, but Amy, you've noticed the change. Well, are you getting a lot of shit? Starting to get a little bit of shit?
There's wee bits and bobs, but it's nothing that like intense. Like it's not really serious. It's not really intense. It's not that bad. I can brush it off as well. It sort of makes it easier when it's the three of us that they're going at rather than just singling one of us out. It's annoying when they single one of us out. If they say the three of us, I can brush it off. But when they single one of us out, I feel like that's more of a dig. But you're always gonna get that. We're always gonna get it.
It's fine.
It's one of those
Who gives
things.
a fuck, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
it's-
you, Connor?
Yeah, it was a bit of a. I'd never had it before, and then a couple of the videos that, they performed well on social media, and like, we know what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like we're not like. We know bits of this show that's really good, and the thing is with social media, like it allows you to get so many ears and eyes on it. And it's like anything you post on social media. Like there's, social media teams know what they're doing, and we know the bits that are going to do well and people are going to engage with, the bits that people are going to find funny and laugh. And we want to share those with as many people as we can. But the bit that I found most like perplexing, I guess, is how some people just get the context of the thing so wrong. Yeah. And they have these big stories, background stories in their heads about who we are.
I know.
And like who pays us and like all this mad conspiracy theory type stuff.
Weird,
and you
isn't
see it
There's
just
always gonna be that.
like building in the comments. The mean ones are fine, they're whatever. And I think as a dad too, I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday about it, and she was talking about that comment that I just mentioned, and it allows me then to, she's 12, first year of high school, is on TikTok, all that sort of stuff.
That's quite tough in itself.
At
She's
some
seeing
point,
it.
and I said to her too, like, girls and young girls, they get a hard time online. So at some point, somebody's going to talk about a shit about you online or leave a nasty comment or whatever. But as you said to me when they were first coming in, it's not real. Nothing happens.
Yeah,
It's
and at
fine.
least she can see you being like, you know what, doesn't matter. People are nasty and I can rise above it, and then she will.
Kind of like setting the example.
It's
I guess.
TikTok, that's where the nasty people are.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, TikTok's a different world. I didn't know this until doing this job. Instagram has been mostly kind to us.
Quite tame, yeah.
Facebook is a bit kind of quieter,
yeah.
TikTok is it's a different level.
That's where the people with no profile picture live.
So many autonomous, or it's
That's the place where we
it's a picture of a cat, or
And their
something,
username is
or-
like user 71873.
They've been blocked, deleted. They've created new accounts, and they just
It also like gives you a vibe that when you see accounts like that, you think, oh, you're coming across giving me the vibe that the wife has taken the kids. Like when someone puts a comment up, you go, oh, that message has come from somebody that's wife has just left and their life isn't going very
I don't
well.
get why people
people's
bother,
insecurities
but
come through on trolling.
Fuck
You
it,
know,
man. Fuck them. Take them on me, man. If I see them, I do delete them and I'll block people straight away. If I see it, if I log in and go, I'll just have a quick. If I see it, like there's loads of comments on my TikTok that are really shit, but I can't be arsed scrolling through all the videos. You know what I mean? If anything, the more people comment, the better it is
just
for the
keep
video.
it, yeah.
It's good for the algorithm.
I actually make money then. Like the more negative comments I get, I actually make money.
Yeah, just keep it on.
So send it. Send it. Send it. Send it. I want it. I need it.
It's threatening, isn't it?
I want the money. Send it.
Scary.
Oh, the clips of this podcast are going to do so well.
Amy, how you finding Connor? Quick review.
Oh,
Good.
here we go.
Connor's so chill. Connor's so relaxed.
So easy.
He's so easygoing.
No drama.
Nope, no drama. He's been brilliant. He's just eased his way in. It's been great.
Very easy. No neediness. No drama with you.
You've
It's
been
all good.
perfect.
It's there's no need for any.
Relaxed.
He's put up
Yeah.
with us. He's just put up with us.
It's really
Fine.
it's not brain surgery.
It's not brain surgery.
We're just
We
having a
show
wee
up. We have a
laugh.
few things we want to talk about, and we just we have the crack. There's no,
Yeah. I would like us to do something though this year that's really cool.
You
Yeah.
want to do a live show.
I want to do the live show.
I wanna do that.
also want us to go to like Ibiza or something.
Yeah.
How do we do this,
Dunno.
Connor? How do we get this organised?
This is a pitch to potential sponsors and probably it's the radio
Pay
thing.
us money.
Yeah,
Money.
yeah. Money's always the biggest.
You wanna go to
the
Ibiza?
biggest obstacle
I
in
thought
these
you
things.
always say you would hate Ibiza then.
No, but I want to go for like just 3 nights. No clubbing, like just finish
No
it.
clubbing?
when you're talking about a live
not going
show,
clubbing.
No, what are you going to do?
Just sit on a yacht or something, or
A yacht?
just get,
Oh,
get a
alright.
boat or something. Buy a load of Peronis, just sit there, show off my belly, sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, look at this, I'm living my best life, and don't worry about my pension." Like,
Nice. 3 days.
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that, Connor?
yeah, check out a nude sauna.
We need to nude sauna. Amy will be in and go, I'll show you how to do it. What you do is
Ibiza,
you
let's
stare
go.
at the man, just stare at the man, stare at the man, stare at the man.
look everywhere but his eyes.
Yeah. Right, you're both obviously in very loving and happy relationships.
Oh, here we go.
Boring.
So are you?
So are you?
Yeah, mine's exciting though.
Oh.
It's not. Mine's very boring. Just like a normal person. I'm in a lovely, nice relationship. It's the same as yours.
Okay.
I took Julie to Wagamama's.
Right, lovely.
Right, hot date. Hot date. And it was only her second time in her life ever in Wagamama's in Dundonald.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
What's
up
that
by the
park
ice
called?
bowl, yeah.
What's it called? It's the ice bowl. Do you know
It's,
the
Ice
ice
it's
bowl?
up with
yeah.
it's across from the ice bowl. It's the Omniplex.
I still maintain it's one of the best places to eat food.
There's so much choice. Wagamama or that place in
No, just
general?
Wagamama.
Yeah, Wagamama's amazing.
You do a Wagamama?
Very fresh.
Been ages, yeah. The
And you
You're
order the
a foodie.
stuff and it just comes when it's ready, so there's no starter main.
Just,
You
they just
you
fuck it
order
at
and
you,
it comes
and they
out.
go, it's ready.
Yeah, you might
Eat
have
it.
your
Katsu
pad
curry.
thai, and then your sides might come at the
Yeah.
end, whatever.
It's crazy. I nearly got in a fight, right?
In Wagamama.
Well, not in Wagamama. Well, yeah, I was in Wagamama.
What were you
I didn't
doing?
get in a fight. Like, I stared a kid out.
Poking people in the eyes with chopsticks.
That's a bit weird.
Right, so what happened was, I'm in Wagamama, and I'd be very sensitive to noise,
Right.
like other people, especially kids.
and
Now,
it's
Connor-
quite like you're in aren't you in like long
Yeah.
benches? Yeah.
Come
we
to my
arrive
house on
anyway.
a Sunday.
Yeah,
You'll
so
love it.
we arrive anyway, and there's a table of 2 adults and 4 kids, right? Which is totally cool, Connor.
Oh,
Absolutely brilliant,
Connor.
right? But they was on the bench, and they said to me, like, "Do you want to sit at the end of the bench?" I was like,
Oh, it's communal seating.
Yeah.
"You're sitting." I went, "You fucking mental." I said, "There's empty things over there. Put me over there." Like, I don't want to be sitting next to the kids. That's the family. Have a great day. Fully respect it, but I don't want to listen to it until they're my own kids, right? We sit
then you
down
won't
anyway.
wanna listen to it
We
either.
sit down anyway. This kid had 2 chopsticks, just banging, and I mean,
Drums.
just banging the drums, banging it off just everything. And the mums and dads were just on their phones, and I was sitting there going, looking at Julie, going, "I'm getting very agitated here now because of this." And she's like, "Would you just calm down with it?" I said, "I'm getting very agitated. I'm getting very." So I just stared the kid out.
Oh no.
I just went.
Would a child understand being
Oh, the child didn't
stared
even
at?
look at
No.
me. Like he wasn't
There's a
looking at me.
strange man, mummy.
The child-
Why is there a
Why
strange
is that
But I
man
just
looking
kept on
at me?
looking over, going, "Stop banging the fucking chopsticks." He eventually stopped, and I was like, "Oh, you know, I didn't
Stared
say
him out.
anything. I'm not going to do anything." Like, but it was just like, you know, when you're out and this kid's doing something. But they got up to leave, and the mum and dad put the coat on and all that kind of stuff. Lovely family now, like nothing against them now at all. Like just the noise, right? And as they got up, didn't the kids start running?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were wearing Liverpool jerseys, and it was the same time Liverpool were playing Arsenal. And I was like, "Are you a real fan? Yeah. Why aren't you
say
home
that?
watching it?" Wasn't even like wearing. The dad was wearing a Liverpool jersey, and as I was in Wagamama, it was Liverpool were playing Arsenal. I was like, if you were real Liverpool fans, you wouldn't have been in Wagamama. You'd been home watching the match.
Wagamama is a strange place, I think, to take the kids. I wouldn't take the kids to Wagamama. It's not a kid environment.
the little,
you know
the
what I
little
meing?
things were running around. They were running around, right? And
The little things. Kids?
No, but the little kiddie things, right? Were running around, and we're sitting there across the bench, and one of them kind of caught themselves on the edge of the bench. And is it bad of me to go fucking get it?
Yeah, that is bad.
Yeah.
Although it does really annoy me when kids
Well, like
are
he was
doing that.
right
The
next
parents
to me,
don't go
like
stop
right
doing
next
that.
to me, like, and they're all going, "What?" He was doing this, like, and I actually was like, going, I think like a yakisoba is going to be over his head.
Okay, so
Do you know what
I would love to see it
teriyaki
like
soba?
that.
But as a parent, do you want to kill them
Yeah.
sometimes?
Yeah. Of course.
Amy's gone. I can guarantee
I've
you.
talked about this sometimes, right? I would love nothing more than real life of parenting to be how you see it on Instagram, where everything's lovely and all the houses are clean and all the kids are just so nice and smiley and clean all the time and there's no dramas. I would love it to look like that, but it doesn't. It's the reality of it. It doesn't. It's like, it's work, it's noise, it's chaos, and it's like, but then you get those little moments that are absolutely golden.
When they're asleep, like.
Golden. Yeah, when they're sleeping, or maybe just before sleep. Bedtime stories. We did stories last week on the radio show. We wrote stories. Yeah. And I read mine to Caleb going to bed, and he thought I was the best thing ever. So you get little moments that are magical.
And you see them drift off to sleep. Must be lovely, isn't it?
No, that's sweet.
Yeah, you wouldn't see them fall asleep. Not at that age. You got to leave, and then they'll fall asleep.
You have to leave, yeah?
Yeah, they wouldn't.
It's tough going.
Amy, so it's a lot of work, but it's great. It's very rewarding. It's very good, but you gotta go through the Wagamamas and Irish comedians staring at your kids to get the good bits too.
Yeah, Amy, I imagine you'll be having kids soon.
Soon? Don't think so.
You and Jay.
Not soon.
In the naked saunas.
In the naked saunas.
Imagine if the father of her child was a 6-year-old French. Hello, I want to see my child. You're like, go away now, you mad gag. I was only there for the holiday.
No, definitely not. No kids anytime soon. Not ready.
Take your time, Amy. Take your time.
Fuck them off.
25.
Amy, take your time.
You're 25.
Live your life. Loads of time.
Yeah, I do have loads of time. I'm relaxing. I'm chillaxing. It'll be a good few years. Hopefully not that long, but not in the next couple of years now.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, it's good to catch up with you and good for you guys to come in. Guys, that is the end of this section of the Connor and Amy from the Q Breakfast Show coming in. Connor's first time on here. We're going to nip over to Patreon here for another 20 minutes or so. If you want to subscribe, please do. Sign up. Join the link below to finish off this conversation as well. We're going to get a little bit more extreme. We're going to do a bit of gossip. You know what I'm saying? Sign up to the Patreon. Thanks very much to everybody. Also, please do go and visit the Doyen. 25% off your food using the code CORK25. If you go Wednesday to Thursday, Mother's Day, Six Nations, bring the mother out.
Wednesday to Saturday.
Wednesday to Saturday. That's the deal. What did I say? Sunday.
Wednesday to Thursday. That's a really short window.
It's Wednesday to Saturday. Wednesday to Saturday is when you go and get that deal. Okay?
Wednesday between 4 and 5.
Wednesday between AM. Thanks, guys. See you soon.